Sorry for the first part ending in a weird spot. I realized I ran out of time on my screen recorder, so I had to end it real quick and upload the video. So I'm just going to explain what the methods I made for the web scraper from before again. So what it does is it takes in a URL that I've entered and it from the website that I've selected, and then I create a string there or an array of strings so it holds all the values, and then from there I have a try catch block. So the first part it does is create a document of the HTML from the URL I entered, and then it does an enhanced for loop to check each row of the table for a specific field that I selected, which is the table market cap list, which is a list of all the cryptocurrencies, the prices, and a bunch of different things about it. But this is the only, but I really only focused on the names and prices. And then it just does a for each loop or an enhanced for loop that goes through the element a row, and it goes through each row and selects the name, and then eventually it returns the array of names. And then it's the same thing for the prices, except just the price function or the price field, and then the function pick price, which is based off of the string of names, or array string of names, and then the array string of prices, and then the specified cryptocurrency you'd like to get the value for. So what this does is it creates a variable for temp and what is returned, the end value. So the first thing it does is it loops through the array of names to find the one that matches up with it, and then temp, and then if the temp contains the cryptocurrency, then it adds gets the value, the toString value of that price. And then the pick names is the same thing, but just with the name function, or with the name value instead. And then I have a calculate function that I use, which is just the amount entered and the price entered. So it's a very basic one. So looking at the portfolio page now. So I get the string array of names and prices, and then I just create variables that will be defined later. And then this default list model is how I will insert the information into the empty list area. So I initialize that beforehand, and then this while loop is for all the information selected from this query entrance, and then while it has a next value, it gets the name specific to the currency table, which is the name of the cryptocurrency, so like BTC and stuff like that, which would be this field. The name of the currency, and then the amount that you have entered from the amount that you own, basically. And then so from here we add a value to the price, which is equal to pick price, which it gets that specific price of the cryptocurrency in real time. So because like if I added the price to the database, then it wouldn't be correct all the time, because it's going to be the same value every time, but it changes every second, every minute. So it's not going to be accurate if I manually put those in. So I just use the methods that I created below to get the real-time price. And so from here, I do the pick price of the name, and then the name of the cryptocurrency, so that I can print out the full name and not just BTC, like it'll be Bitcoin and then in parentheses BTC, which is the value that you get from the web scraper. And then I calculate the value for each one, and then I create it as a double, and then create it as a double, and then add the element to the default list model, which is the list that will be generated. And then I set the list value to the model I created. And as for this one, there's a back function that I created. It just allows you to go back to the login page. So let's say you wanted to go to the calculator. You could do that. and then the add currency button, which brings you to the add portfolio area, which will allow you to add new cryptocurrencies to your portfolio to have later. And now looking at the add portfolio area. So like I had said previously, I had to get that ID from the previous pages and pass it along. But I set the visibility to false, so you don't actually see it anywhere when you're on the page. Like I think the text field is in like this bottom corner, but you don't see it because it's not visible. And so the only function I have for this one would be the add function, and then the cancel, which basically just closes it out. There's nothing really behind it. And then the methods I have in here is the get connection, so I can access the database. So when you click the add button, the function that happens is it gets the connection, it gets the value of the ID that has been passed on from page to page, and then it creates a prepared statement to where it inserts into the portfolio the ID you have entered, the currency name from the table value, or from the text field value, and the amount from the text field, and then it adds these, or it adds the values, the ID number, which we created right here is the integer, the currency.getText, which is the text field, and then the amount.getText from the text field. And then it executes the update, and that's it for that function. So that's all that my code is. I hope you guys enjoyed, and